how did your perspective on relationships change, if it did at all, from your experience being on The Bachelor? Because like before you went on, would you have ever imagined that you would be giving couples advice and talking to people about dating and relationships? Was that always something that you felt was a strength of yours, or did it kind of evolve after you went on the show and then like in your experiences after that?
Well, it definitely evolved. And I can't say I ever imagined it. I mean, I was selling software for a company called Salesforce, but I was always the friend that people would go to for advice, just because I'm blunt, which is helpful sometimes. I'm always like the friend people don't always want, but sometimes need. Mm-hmm. And I've always been good at kind of understanding kind of interpersonal relationships, mostly just kind of getting over my own bullshit in my 20s. I used to always kind of be resistant to that question in terms of like the show didn't teach me anything, mm-hmm. kind of like, but I think after thinking about it, I think what it kind of reinforced was that feeling in love doesn't necessarily or doesn't always mean that you are in fact in love. And I think that's something that it's important to remember for everyone, especially early on in dating when we get really excited and we're going through, the honeymoon phase, as they say. Because you don't have to be on The Bachelor to get excited about someone, especially if maybe you feel a little unlucky in love after a while and you meet someone and you want to make it work and you put a lot of pressure on yourself and things like that. So, that was a kind of a good reminder to be cautious even about your own feelings, especially when it relates to love.
How are some ways that you or somebody listening can kind of discern between like actually being in a strong relationship versus just feeling like you're in love?
Yeah, it really comes down to setting boundaries for yourself, and then you enforce them with other people. Mm-hmm. The second part is that hard part, is actually enforcing them, because you can come up with a million boundaries of things I'm not going to do and things I want, but it's enforcing them when you get excited. From
your point of view, why do you think guys cheat?
I mean, I've never cheated, so I can't speak like from a personal experience. There's an excitement around it, right? It's always the build. It's very easy to compete with your partner. It's very easy to unload on your partner, to take out your frustrations on your partner, to take them for granted because you just assume they're never going to leave. So you kind of unload kind of the stress of your day on them, and then they become less of a partner and more of a punching bag. And whether you're a man or a woman, you meet someone who sees you the way your partner used to see you, is this like charming and well-dressed and funny, and you start feeling like, well, man, I'm pretty great. And and I think it's people seeking out validation they're not getting in their relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think everyone can be fuckboys. I use fuckboys broadly. It's a state, like it's a women are fuckboys, men are fuckboys, and I think it's because it's hookup culture. But to understand hookup culture, you have to understand emotional connection. Like emotional connection is not like getting excited about someone. It's not about like having a couple good dates and having that conversation where they're just like, oh, I feel like I've known you forever. It's not wondering if they're going to call. It's getting in a fight or knowing that someone's learned your annoying habits and still knowing that they're going to wake up and be there, and it's building that trust. And we're not spending enough time building that. And I think you can be a fuckboy because all you have to do is engage in hookup culture or have sex without any type of emotional connection, and not a like chemistry. I mean, like just trust that they're going to be there. And then some person like gets another option and they leave, and then you feel like you've been fuckboyed because they were just like, they were saying a bunch of things and that changed, but you hooked up and you feel a little bit used. And yeah, it happens both ways.
The MO is kind of like that they're not ready to commit. They're not ready for anything serious, right?
Yeah, but they just don't want to.
Okay, that was my next question. Yeah. So if that's somebody's excuse, this was what a lot of people asked me. Like, oh, he says that like he's just not in a stage where he's ready to commit. Isn't everybody just not ready to commit until they meet the right person?
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the Dear Media YouTube channel for more videos.